everybody. Nancy here from Fancy Nancy Diamond Painting. And I'm including my face in this one. So hello everybody. So in my Facebook group, Trisha Duncan asked me if I've ever done a video on how to do a custom diamond painting. And I thought, what a great idea. I've done quite a few customs and I've unboxed quite a few customs and shared them with you, but I never really explained like the whole procedure of how to get it ordered and what to do. So down in the description, I'm going to put links to a bunch of my other videos that are customs. You may not have realized it, or I may have just briefly mentioned it, or you never watched the video. So you can see some of the customs that I've done. I tend to design a lot of graphics, and I use my designing abilities to enhance pictures. The first one I ever did was from Stitch Diamond, and my dear friend Aline Singos. I hope I'm saying your name right, Aline. I've never said it out loud. She did the whole layout for me, and so it was super easy, and I thought it came out great. That one was of BB. You're going to see this video is a little bit choppy because I'm going to add pictures and add graphics to kind of show you what I'm talking about, examples of what I'm talking about. So this is how I go about getting a custom diamond painting. Number one, the most important thing is to start with a good picture. Now, you can't take a blurry, out of focus picture where someone's head is chopped off or the background is all the wrong color. Well, backgrounds you can fix to an extent. It depends on how good the person is who's doing the editing for you. Or you can do it yourself. I have some pictures that I just thought were perfect just the way they were, and I went from there. Examples of a good picture, like you can take a picture of your family and it's kind of busy. The background may be like a parking lot or something, and work with it. You know, I don't do a lot of customs of people because I'm not always happy with how it looks. I prefer to do customs of like a close-up of something. My most favorite is my pink lily. My husband and I went to the St. Louis Zoo one day, and they have all these beautiful botanicals there planted all over the place. So I saw this lily that was blooming, and I got right up next to it and got a really close picture of it. And it was just so beautiful. The pinks and the design of the patterns on the lily were just so beautiful. And when I started diamond painting, I thought, well, wouldn't that make a beautiful custom? Sadly, I still haven't finished that one because it's huge. It's a 60 by 80 full drill square. But that is an example of a good picture for a custom. It needed a little bit of, it needed to be sharpened a little bit, and Aline took the colors and enhanced them, which means she made them a little more vibrant than what they were, which is what you want in a diamond painting. We all love the colors. So that's an example of a really good picture. There's a lot of things you can do to take a so-so picture and make it into a great picture. I have added frames for people. Like someone had a picture of like their grandparents, and it was like a church photo, just kind of boring, but it was them and it was beautiful. And I added a funky frame and I put the word love on there. That's another thing you can add, like if you're doing a memorial picture for a pet, you can add the pet's name and add a lot of color that way. You need to be careful with words though, because when you do a custom, if the words are too scripty and too thin, they won't show up very well. In some cases, they won't show up at all. So you need to use a font that is blocky and kind of thick and big. Those would come out really nice. My custom image of color outside the lines is a good example. I used a rainbow background. I wanted lots of colors. The text is very, very thick, so there was no chance of the words getting lost. And if you look at it closely, the words are all actually purple. I didn't want any black. I didn't want any 910 in that video. I wanted it as colorful as possible, so they're all a purple shade. You can find people to do the editing for you. If it's not a huge job, I'm happy to do it. I play with editing and images and pictures all the time. All of the images in my videos are my creations, where I make cover shots and thumbnails and text and information for people. Everything is done by me. But, I'm not huge into editing. It's just something I do to play with. There are people who will do editing. Be prepared to pay for them, though. I don't charge anybody anything. I'm not in this business to make money. It's to meet people, to have fun, to share things with other people. So feel free to ask me if you want, but I may be too busy. Who knows? So once you have your image, you got to remember that your image, if you're using photos, they have to be high resolution. If you use a really low resolution photo, which you can kind of tell by the file size, it'll be a smaller file size. If you use that and then you try to make a bigger image, it'll get blurry and pixelated and won't look so good. So sometimes you're restricted by the image. I had one that I loved and I wanted to make a custom out of, but then when I got into it, the image resolution was so low. I think I scanned it 10 years ago. It was so low that it just couldn't even be used. So that's no good. So don't get too married to the image. You may have to search for something else. I know that kind of defeats the point, that you're getting a custom of something you love. I try to go with more artistic things, things that I love, things that shine, things that have a lot of color, sometimes things that are just black and white but are just a stunning image that I want in a diamond painting. It's up to you. The biggest step is choosing your company. Now you can look at my unboxing videos and find out, when I list all the custom ones, find out what company I used. I don't really go by other people's opinion because some people are just silly, that they want this custom so bad, but it's a bad image. It's a blurry image, and there's only so much that they can do for you. You have to start out with the best image possible. So when you choose your company, if you buy one from AliExpress, I think the last one I did was Huacon, and I bought it off AliExpress. And then once you buy it, you upload, there's a place to upload the picture for the project. And I uploaded it and sent it to them. And then you're in a kind of dialogue with the company of emails back and forth. I always ask for a mock-up. And when I get the mock-up, I check things very carefully. Like if it's a picture of a face, what colors are they using in the face? Is that, I have a DMC chart, so they'll give me a DMC numbers for the symbols, and I'll look and see, like, do I want that purple in there? And you can work with them. They have a program that creates all this. And I checked how many colors are being used in the diamond painting. I check all the text and make sure that the text is all thick enough and that it's going to show up. If my text comes out and it's only one drill wide, 1 pixel wide, that's not going to show up. That's too thin. So we've got to start over and try something different. I look at how it's framed. Maybe I chose the wrong size. My last one that I ordered it. I sent them the picture. They sent me the mock-up, and it's not clear enough. It needed to be bigger. It was too small. I think I asked for them in a 40 by 40, and it was too small. So I said, okay, can you send it to me again in a 50 by 50? And they did, and that was perfect. That was big enough that there was detail, the colors were right, it all looked good to me. So check that mock-up very carefully, because once you approve that mock-up, it's done. That's what they're making for you. So that's like your proof, and you have to look at it carefully and either approve it or change it. In my case, I bought a 40 by 40 custom picture, and then we did all the swapping of images and mock-ups, and we decided to go with a 50 by 50. So I owed them money. So they sent me a link. I think it was like another $10. So they sent me a link for an extra surcharge, $1 surcharge, and I bought 10 of them. They tell you what to do. They're pretty good at knowing how to get their money. And so I approved it, and then you just wait for them to ship it to you. So, I've bought customs of BB and one of Charlie and a flower, and then a design that I did. I have a custom where a friend sent it to me. I had sent her a diamond painting, and she was so sweet and sent me one in return, even though I didn't ask her to. But she took one of my designs and had it made into a diamond painting and sent it to me. So sweet. Such a nice gesture. Yeah, I've used all different companies. I've got the same design from 2 different companies, and they were both wonderful, very nice. And that's pretty much it. I think the most important thing is not what company you use, but because there's so many good ones. And you can take somebody else's suggestion. People are always happy to tell you who their favorite company is. But the picture, the image, starting with a good image is so important. And you want to make sure whoever's doing your editing sharpens the picture, enhances it, which makes the colors all a little more vibrant. You can play with exposure and things like that. Even on your iPhone, you can edit a picture and do quite a bit of work on it. Crop it, crop out all the extra background if you have to. Or I've had pictures where I added a background. I put just kind of sparkles all around it was a baby, around the baby's face, and just play with it, until it's just how you want it to look. And that's it. That is how I order a custom. If you have any comments or things you want to add, just go down to the comment section and I will read them all. I make sure I read them all. And hey, you have a great day. Take care of yourself and happy diamond painting. Bye-bye.